Inflation Fighters. Thank you for joining me today. We're going to do a recipe today for caramelized onions, but we're going to have them in the slow cooker. Also, I've been prepping bread and pizza dough today from the frozen pizza, or from the frozen dough that I have. So this is here a half a loaf. I think I told you the other day that I was going to be making a loaf of bread with just the whole loaf in this pan, and it turned out terrible. It was very dense. It didn't slice. It was still very wet inside. So I'm just going to stick with doing half. Now maybe it's the size of my loaf pan. Could totally be that. But at any rate, so that is my bread dough. It's still rising, and when it gets to be just a little bit over the edge, that's when I will put it in the oven. And then the pizza crust, I just want to show you that I did several different kinds. So here's my square crust. This is my sheet size crust here. And then we also have round. Now they're not professional at all. And you do have to warm these up in the oven to just get them cooked. I would say for 7 minutes. This one I only used a quarter of a loaf, and it turned out pretty well. So I'm happy with it. Anyway, so I'll be stopping every once in a while to grab these things out of here. I'm going to put the sheet one in right now. Here's one I did earlier today. So I'll just store these in wrapper and put them in the refrigerator for now. Okay, so for the caramelized onions, get this out of the way. The ingredients you're gonna need, and it really does depend on if you're gonna do like a big batch, because they are freezable, or you could just do a few for what you need, depending also on the size of your slow cooker. So all that's needed, I have 6 onions in here, and I'm gonna slice the 7th one in here just to show you how we get it ready. So because I was unhappy with the way the bread turned out, I pulled out my bread machine. So I'm going to be playing with that over the next few days and see what I can get out of there. And so then you just break it into rings like this. Now you can decide, I mean, if you're on a low sodium diet, you don't have to use the salt that's in here. They also call for sugar, and I will put a link to the recipe underneath here. So if you don't want any extra salt, don't do it. So you just put olive oil in here, 3 tablespoons it's supposed to be. And I'm going to put salt in here. I'm going to use sea salt here. Now, the uses for this is why they're good to freeze. You could put it in a hamburger. You can put it in You could actually put it in a hamburger mixture if you wanted to, or a meatloaf mixture. I tossed them in mashed potatoes before, and I've had them on pizza. So they're really good that way. I mean, you can use them for a lot of different things. Just be creative. Put them on a grilled cheese sandwich, anything like that. Okay. And I sprayed the slow cooker liner crock with this the entire way. So now what we have to do is put it in the slow cooker on high for 5 hours, and then take the lid off, or at least open the lid for another 2 hours on high. So it can take a while to do these. Just check them every once in a while and see how they're looking to you when they reach their desired doneness. So I'm just gonna put this in the slow cooker on high right now. Now, if you don't like the smell of onions, but you like the taste of onions, you could also put your slow cooker outside in the garage. We've done that with some things that we just didn't want the house to get smelly with. Honestly, we've got pretty good ventilation in here, so I don't worry about things smelling like onions, but certain fabrics might. So, and then when they're done, let them cool, put them in freezer bags or a storage container, and then you can just pull them out whenever you want to use them. And then also, you might want to wash your hands with lemon juice because they're going to smell like onions, especially after you do 7 or 8 of them. So, at any rate, so that's it for today. And I just hope that you're all well. So be well, be blessed, and know you're taken care of.